Southwest Florida just broke a state record with a $225 million home sale. But that's not even the biggest news. We're talking about billion-dollar road projects, America's first solar town hitting the top 10 nationwide, and Amazon building their largest facility in county history. So in this video, I'll show you 7 massive changes reshaping the entire region and why timing matters if you're thinking of buying here. Stick around for the market shift that nobody's talking about yet. The population explosion driving everything. Southwest Florida's population has exploded, and we're now sitting at over 1 million residents across our counties. That's massive growth. But here's where it gets super exciting. Lee County alone added over 12,000 new residents just between 22 and 2023. I can tell you firsthand, you can see this growth everywhere you look. New neighborhoods popping up, shopping centers going in, and yeah, more traffic, but also way more opportunities and amenities than we've ever had. The workforce has grown big time too, and people are making good money here. We're talking about a median household income over $70,000, which is pretty solid. Wait until you see what Amazon is building here, which I'll break down in just a moment. But first, let me tell you about the retail market. We absorbed hundreds of thousands of square feet of retail space last year. Vacancy rates dropped to the lowest we've seen in a decade. That means businesses want to be here and they're finding customers. Gary Tasman from Cushman & Wakefield, he's a smart guy, says the Pine Island Road area from Del Prado to I-75 is where the action is happening. He says that's where the land is available, and I got to agree with him. But here's what most people don't get about where this growth is headed. It's not random. It's planned out, and it's in creating some incredible new communities that are going to change what it means to live in Southwest Florida. Before we dive into these amazing communities, if you're finding this helpful, smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Look, I'm out here touring with these developments every week, talking to builders, getting the inside scoop on what's coming next. When you subscribe, you're getting info that most people won't hear about for months. Trust me, in a market that's changing this fast, that kind of early knowledge makes all the difference. All right, now let's talk about these incredible new communities. America's first solar-powered town just hit a milestone that puts it in the top 10 nationwide, and it's right here in our backyard. So let me tell you about this place called Babcock Ranch. They've hit 5,000 homes sold, and they're ranked in the top 10 fastest selling master plan communities in the entire United States. I mean, that's incredible. They're expecting thousands more residents by the end of this year, and when it's all built out, we're talking about a town of 60,000 people. Here's what's coming in 2025 that's got me super excited. They've already opened 6 new parks. We're talking about a midtown district where you can live, work, and play all in one area. There's something called B Street finishing up in 2026 with more restaurants and shops. And they've already built the Parkway, which is hundreds of acres of connected parks and trails. This place is getting more amenities than most cities. Now, the Corkscrew Corridor is going crazy with new development. There's a community called Orchid by GL Homes going up. A company called Camerata Properties just closed on a huge land deal for the Kingston development. That's serious money going into Southeast Lee County. And wait until you see the record-breaking luxury sales happening in Naples, which we'll cover shortly. But let me finish telling you about Welland Park first. So Welland Park is adding 3 new parks plus miles of nature trails this year. They opened the pop-up play park in downtown Welland for kids. There's a Grand Lake Dog Park coming in October with agility equipment for your pets. And they're building the Esplanade by Taylor Morrison with hundreds of new units starting early next year. You can see these communities aren't just about houses. They're about creating complete lifestyles with amenities that feel like you're living at a resort. Getting around just got way easier. All right, so all these new residents need to get around, and here's where things get exciting. The state is pouring serious money into making your daily commute way easier and faster. So you know those intersections that make you want to pull your hair out during rush hour? They're fixing the worst ones with new designs that actually work. Some of these projects will cut your drive time in half. I mean, imagine getting to work or the beach in half the time it takes you now. Now, these road improvements are going to make the luxury communities I'm covering later way more accessible, but here's what I love about what they're doing. They're not just adding more lanes. They're building walking and biking paths so you can get around without always jumping in your car. The village of Estero is putting in paths where you can walk or bike safely between neighborhoods. They're extending major roads to connect areas that were hard to reach before. Corkscrew Road is getting major upgrades, and they're using smart intersection designs that keep traffic flowing instead of backing up. They're spending over $1 billion on infrastructure across our counties. That's not just about traffic. That's about quality of life, getting around easier, and making this region work better for everybody who lives here. But it's not just roads. Major companies are building here, and Amazon just made their biggest investment in Lee County history. So here's what happened. Amazon bought a massive piece of land off State Road 82, and they're building what's going to be the largest standalone building in Lee County history. We're talking about a robotics center that's opening in 2027 and creating over 1,000 jobs with good pay. There's also a new shopping center in Cape Coral called the Shops at Del Mar. It's got Papa John's, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, and medical offices. It's complete and open now. You know Coconut Point? They're expanding with major new places opening in 2025. The big news here is the Florida debut of SB Grill and SB Bar. Plus, there's a cigar bar moving to a much bigger space. There's a massive redevelopment happening near Martha Luther King Boulevard. We're talking about hundreds of apartment units, retail space, office space, and a hotel all in one spot. This is going to completely change downtown Fort Myers. There's also Midtown at Bonita Springs, which is the first walkable community in the area. They're planning hundreds of homes and a boutique hotel. This is a completely different way of building than what we've seen before. Now, for boating people, there's a marina in Fort Myers called Legacy Harbor that's getting completely rebuilt. They're redoing all the boat slips to handle everything from small boats to mega yachts with modern utilities and better wave protection. It's reopening early 2026. Lee County also bought another marina to give people more public boat access with improvements coming soon. Waterfront renaissance and recovery. All right, so if you love the water, you're going to love what's being rebuilt along our coastline. The new Fort Myers Beach Pier will be way longer and wider than what was there before, and that's just the start of the coastal changes. Let me break this down for you. The new Fort Myers Beach Pier is going to be 1,000 feet long compared to what Hurricane Ian destroyed. Construction starts late 2026 and finishes in 2027. This is going to change the entire Fort Myers Beach experience. They finished a massive shore protection project that brought in about 1 million cubic yards of sand to rebuild nearly 7 miles of beaches. This isn't just fixing what was broken, this is making it better. The Sanibel Causeway project is pretty much done. They've made that 3-mile bridge stronger than it was before the storm with better protection features. Now, on Captiva Island, there's a resort called South Seas that just got approval for nearly a $1 billion redevelopment. We're talking about hundreds of hotel rooms across 2 hotels plus homes. This is a complete makeover of one of our most famous waterfront spots. And when you see the luxury developments coming to Naples that I'll cover next, you'll understand why these beach improvements are so important. But let me tell you about Casa Ebel Resort first. Casa Ebel Resort has rebuilt all their beachfront units after nearly 3 years of work. They did complete renovations by an award-winning designer. This place is better than it ever was. The coastal comeback isn't just about getting back to where we were, it's about building back stronger, tougher, and more beautiful than before. Luxury market explosion. Now, if you're looking for luxury, you won't believe some of the high-end communities opening up. A single property sale in Naples just set a new state record, and it's part of a luxury boom that's changing the entire market. So let me tell you what happened. There was a private sale for a massive estate that set a new Florida record at $225 million. This is happening in Naples' top neighborhoods like Port Royal, Park Shore, Pelican Bay, and Gray Oaks. These areas have private docks, beach access, and championship golf courses. There's a Four Seasons resort opening in Naples fall 2025 with condos plus dining and entertainment at something called Market Square. Another luxury place called Rosewood Residence is being built along Gulf Shore Boulevard North. It's designed as a private club-style community finishing in 2026. The Isles of Collier Preserve by Minto Communities is a luxury development with maintenance-included villas along waterways near downtown Naples. This is a completely different level of luxury living where you don't have to worry about yard work or exterior upkeep. The market timing I'm going to explain in the next section makes these developments even more interesting. But let me tell you about Bonita Springs first. Bonita Springs' high-end growth is tremendous. You've got communities like Bonita Bay with homes ranging from around $600,000 to over $2 million. There's Infinity at the Colony Golf and Bay Club with premium homes ranging from nearly $3 million to over $4 million. Seven Shores by Toll Brothers is a master planned community with multiple luxury options. And here's what's incredible. The luxury market is staying strong even though the regular market is seeing corrections. These high-end properties are keeping their premium prices while everything else is kind of coming down. Market timing and your next move. All right, so what does all this mean for your timing if you're thinking about making a move? You might be wondering if this is a good time to buy with all of these changes happening. Here's me being straight honest with you. We're seeing a market correction right now. Home prices have come down from their peak, properties are selling close to asking price, and we've got plenty of homes available. That means it's a buyer's market. To put this in perspective, properties that were $600,000 at the peak are now around $500,000 to $20,000. Builders are giving incentives. Some are even offering deals to make your monthly payments lower. But here's what you need to understand about the big picture. Population growth keeps going at 2% every year. The baby boomer retirement wave is continuing. People working from home are still moving here from expensive states, and our tax benefits and great weather aren't going anywhere. We expect the market to get back to normal over the next couple of years. All that infrastructure investment, over $1 billion, is going to make life better throughout the region. The I-75 widening alone cuts travel times by nearly half. That makes every community easier to get to and more appealing. So the window for these current deals is closing faster than most people think. If you're considering making a move, this timing might be perfect for getting more house for your money while getting ahead of all these infrastructure improvements. So there you have it. Southwest Florida is going through the largest transformation in its history. If you're thinking about buying or selling property in Southwest Florida, I'd love to help you navigate these changes and find the perfect area for your situation. Send me an email at hello@swfloridarealestate.com. Before you go, if you like this video, YouTube thinks you'll love this one next, so click here to check it out now.